Did you know that CyberSeek estimates that there are over 514,000 jobs in cybersecurity right now? And then ZipRecruiter estimates that the average national salary in cybersecurity is over $132,000 a year. Hi, I'm Rick, and I have over 30 years experience as an engineer. I'm a certified cybersecurity professional, and I've generated well over 8 figures in the companies I've started. I created this channel to educate and help people take advantage of this transformational opportunity in cybersecurity. If that's something that interests you, consider liking and subscribing to this channel. I'll be releasing videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. For now, let's jump right into this video. If you're considering becoming a cybersecurity professional, I'm sure you're going to have some questions, and there are some common questions asked by everyone considering getting into the field of cybersecurity. And so what I'm going to go through and do is answer kind of three of the most common questions that you're going to have along your path to becoming a cybersecurity professional. I'm going to go through and describe, what is cybersecurity all about. I'm going to talk about how does a cybersecurity professional fit within an overall organization. Then I'm going to talk about some of the things that cybersecurity professionals do to protect company data and information. So let's jump right into this first one. So you probably are wondering, what's the path to becoming a cybersecurity professional? It turns out that there are a couple of ways to get on this track of becoming a cybersecurity professional. And one of them is to get, and I think it's the best one, is to get certifications in cybersecurity. And so if you're anything like me, the idea of getting certified in something means that you're going to have to pass an exam. And, that can be a little bit intimidating. Believe me, I understand that. And so what I've done is I developed a technique for studying for these certifications. And I base that upon the various courses that I've taught at the university level in engineering and physics. I've taken lessons learned from teaching those courses and converted them into a curriculum and materials for studying for these certifications, but more on that later. For now, I'm sure you're probably asking, you know, what is it like to be a cybersecurity professional, and really, how does the cybersecurity professional operate within a company? It turns out that cybersecurity is sort of a support function in the company that helps the company function, but it's not the main purpose of the company. For instance, a company may be manufacturing vehicles like Tesla or General Motors or the Ford company or Toyota, right? They're manufacturing vehicles. But behind that, there are pretty intense cybersecurity systems that keep the company data private and make it available and make sure it's not tampered with. And so the cybersecurity professional supports the overall function of the business, but it turns out that cybersecurity touches almost every aspect of business. For instance, the cybersecurity professional is going to be involved and touch on the accounting systems, because the last thing you want is for a nefarious player to get access to your accounting systems and withdraw money from bank accounts or cause fraudulent checks to be printed out of the accounting system. And you may sound like you may think that those sound like far-fetched problems, but no, there are documented cases where those types of things have happened in companies, and cybersecurity professionals help safeguard and protect the companies from things like that happening. The cybersecurity professional is also involved, it turns out, in the physical security of the locations where all the data is stored and where it's used and how it's transported, when the data is in motion from one system to another. The cybersecurity professional is involved in all of those. So although the cybersecurity profession is a support function in most companies, it is a really important function because it touches so many different parts of the business. And that means that the career of cybersecurity can be very rewarding, because if us as cybersecurity professionals are not doing our job right, the rest of this of the company can stop the function. The employees can't get access to the data that they need, or the financials of the company may be compromised. I know of a company that was around for approximately 10 years that had their systems locked by a hacker, and the company went out of business because their systems were not properly managed by a cybersecurity professional. So it's a very important job, very, very rewarding. And so that's how we fit within the overall ecosystem of a company as cybersecurity professionals. You may be wondering what cybersecurity is all about. It's natural to have questions about that. Cybersecurity is concerned about three things. The first is the confidentiality of company data and information. Cybersecurity professionals keep the secrets secret that are in a company. Another is making sure that all of the systems that handle the data and information in a company are available to authorized employees when they need to be used. The third thing that cybersecurity professionals do is they make sure that the data remains intact, that it's not changed or modified in any way. Those are three of the main functions that cybersecurity professionals perform. In fact, what we do is we make sure that there's a good balance between those three, between the confidentiality, the integrity of the data, and the availability of the systems and the data. If you look in the comments section, I have a free resource for you on the 11 things you must know to pass the CISSP exam. I've put a lot of thought into this, and I really want to give you the 11 secrets that I know you will need to have in order to pass the CISSP exam. So feel free to click on that and use that resource to start this path towards becoming a cybersecurity professional. And feel free to leave comments or questions you have. I enjoy those. I'd like to interact. And so until next time, this is Rick with Rick Talks Tech.